Lightbridge International is known to many people for its outstanding partnership with Likudu USA Health Campaign to the underserved population of Libya. During the 2022-2023 health campaign that took place in Chang at Fienge Polyclinic and Mary Health of African Hospital, Lightbridge was one of the main partners with Likudu USA. In addition, Lightbridge International has co-sponsored health insurance program at Mary Health Hospital in Mvo, which covered the cost of medication for up to 1,000 francs CFA and 12,000 francs CFA for delivery. I had the opportunity to talk to the CEO of Lightbridge International, Mr. Nkwetta Richard, who explained the motivational force behind the foundation.
What actually motivated you to start Lightbridge International? And what was the goal behind it?
Well, thank you, Mr. Ernest. And just to give you a little bit of information on why I started Lightbridge International. So the thing is, from where we come from Fontaine, right? The BLM, you look at the place and you see that healthcare is like non-existent. And I would say that in 2012, when my father died, my father had a stroke, right? My village is in Ndongwe, and by the time they could get my father from the village to Douala, to the Hospital General, it was more than 48 hours. You understand? So just that fact, the fact that somebody is having a stroke and he cannot get access to medical care for more than 48 hours, that's already is a disfavor for him, because you know that in healthcare, in what we call like emergency response, somebody having a stroke,
you have
time
is every
of
minute
essence.
counts.
Every minute count. So he lost that window of opportunity, which here is like 4 hours. He lost it just trying to get to the hospital. So when I saw that, I was like, man, what is it that we, in our own capacity, as sons and daughters of Lebang, Libialem, what is it that we can do to be able to make, even if it's a little impact in the community? So I came up with Lightbridge International. And Lightbridge International is focused on emergency response, right? So what our main goal is to be able to teach the community members how to respond to those emergency situations. Like somebody is having a stroke, what is it that you as a lay person in the community can do? And hopefully before like emergency response.
Mr. Richard explained that the man behind his successes is his own brother, who he looked up to as a role model.
Like I said before, they said behind every action, or behind every initiative, somebody must be there who prepares you to taking that action. And this, I would say, is like somebody in my life who is like my role model, and it's my elder brother, Christopher Nulego. He's currently my father's successor in Douala, because without him, I would be nowhere. You understand? So because my father could not, he could not, he didn't have the financial means to, to take care of all of us. We are 26 of us with 3 women in the family, 26 of us, and that's a lot for him. So my elder brother, Christopher Nolego, stepped in, and that's somebody that I always look up to, because he sacrificed a lot. When I was with him in Douala, you'll see how he sacrificed.
Adding that his brother is also an advisor to the organization.
Does event happen only when you travel to Cameroon, or something can happen in your absence?
No, we have board of directors, and like I said, my elder brother Christopher, he's one of the advisors. But we also have people from diverse board of directors. We have medical doctors, we have people who do the finances. And recently we launched our office in Boya in my 17, and I also donated a car for Lightbridge. so that they'll be able to, move from one place to the other.
Livebridge now has launched its office in my 17 Boya, and Mr. Richard, the CEO, has donated a car to facilitate the activity of the Livebridge International on the field. Livebridge is also open to welcome volunteers to assist in some of its activity, and you must not necessarily be a medical personnel. Mr. Richard also explained the kind of partnership his organization had with Kudu USA when it comes to the comprehensive health campaign, stating that the next one will take place in March of 2024, and his organization is still part of it.
Say you have some medical mission and you want people to assist in that. Are you open to say people can come in and help?
Yeah, Livebridge, we are always open. We are open. We welcome good ideas. If you think that you're watching this video and you have the experience, or you think that you have that mindset where you can come in and contribute ideas, you don't have to be a medical professional, because Livebridge International, they have other functions. If you think that you can contribute in one way or the other to take Livebridge from where it is to a higher point, we welcome that. If you have good ideas, you bring it in, and we'll talk. So if you go on Livebridge website, which is www.livebridgeglobal.org, you'll see how you can contact us. We have emails, we have phone numbers. You can use one of those means to contact us, and we welcome your ideas at any time.
I know you might not want to share this, but if you will, when you partner with the Kudu USA, so apart from providing human resources like yourself, you are a nurse practitioner, psychiatry nurse practitioner, and some other volunteer, you supply this. Do you give monetary value or any other thing, or what kind of partnership do you, or what do you bring in?
My Livebridge, when we started the medical missions, this is going to be the third medical mission that Livebridge is participating in. So we spend both financially, logistics, we send personnel. I'm one of them. I am actively involved in the ground when I go. And then I have a group of volunteers that come on behalf of Livebridge. We also have financial expenses because we get supplies, we contribute
transportation
we contribute in the accommodation and transport for the volunteers that come in general. But because we have a pool of volunteers brought in both by Livebridge, Lukudo USA, and Healing Beyond the Horizon. And I just want to say that we have formed a really good partnership with those organizations, Healing Beyond the Horizon, Lukudo USA, and Livebridge. And we are still working together towards the medical mission for March 2024. The dates are scheduled, and we just recently, like you said, we sent some medical supplies. They are currently in Boya now in the storage. So we're gonna have to. That was a joint effort by Lukudo and Livebridge International. So we're going to have to decide on the modalities of, distributing those supplies to the various health facilities.
Richard, this is something that I see that look a little bit fascinating. That the CEO of Kudu USA is a friend to you, and now the program is extending to Fonjumeto. I had an interview with the president of Mwaboto, Mrs. Therese Fomeche, and Pascal Etiendem is the CEO of Legda USA, who oversees the BLM community here in the US, and of course part of the project that go around the BLM, and he is also your friend.
Yeah.
So you see Atom Terrence, all of these people, all this kind of network. Is that something that people have in mind that, okay, if we put this kind of network, these forces together, people can transform the BLM someday?
See, I personally believe in partnership, right? And I believe that if we, I would say, when I say we, I mean those of us that are fortunate, that are privileged to be out of Cameroon, and we are blessed to have what we have. And if we can, form that network, form that partnership, and say, hey, I want to give back to my community. Because let's just take, for example, right? Ask yourself, how many Lebang sons and daughters let's just take the US, are here in the United States, right? I'll take a figure 5,000. I'll just take an arbitrary figure of 5,000. And every son and daughter of Lebang say, hey, I'm not going to let my village, my community get ruined by what is going on. And you say, okay, let me contribute $1,000, right? That money can transform the bank, it can transform the BLM. Because you look at I'll give you an example of this movie, The Lion King, right? If you have watched The Lion King,
Yes, he believes in partnership because it is an effective way of helping a less privileged community like Lebielem. He even uses the metaphor of a story about the Lion King that once left its village and wandered till one day someone told him, "You cannot abandon your village. You must go back and serve your people."
you can say, hey, this is my village, this is home. Because no matter where you go, home is home, right? You go back home and say, hey, I'm not going to let this nonsense stuff ruin my community. I'm going to fix it up. And you say, let me contribute in my own little way and fix it up. So with this, I'm calling on every son and daughter of Lebang, Lebialem, right? To say, hey, I think enough is enough. It is time we go back home and claim what rightly belongs to us. By doing what? By contributing in your own little way, financially, materially.
I will leave you here. I want to thank you for all the services. I mean, I started interviewing you. This is the third year. When this medical mission, that's when I became news to you.
Yeah.
I said, who is this guy? Then I began to see that there's more, and I know there's more to come. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, man.
Have you been listening to Mr. Richard, the CEO of Lightbridge International, which the goal is to provide emergency response to the less privileged, as you have been listening. He's one of the gentlemen who want to give back to the community, especially where you left many years ago. Again, stay tuned as we continue to bring you more on this story as time unfolds.